Arsene, let's look back at the Manchester City game for a minute. It's a draw, but a positive draw, I guess, rather than the Swansea game.
I think it was a positive draw because we responded to a big frustration against Swansea, you know, in a positive way. We were a bit nervy at the start, and slowly, when you got into the game, we became stronger and stronger, and I believe we finished stronger than Man City, and overall, you could say the draw is a fair result.
At this stage of the season, the games aren't quite as fast and thick as they have been. So, as a manager, does that allow you a bit more time, a bit greater influence to manage the team? Well,
the problem you have to combine two things: is you can recover a bit physically longer between the games, but it is important. The challenge is as well to keep being switched on. You know, the concentration is not as natural when the flow of the game is not as big.
What other things can you do that you perhaps couldn't do when there was three games?
You can correct the tactical problems that you see in the game where not always time to work on. You have a bit more time to get some players back, you know, when they come back from injury, to work a bit more with them. So that's the positives. And overall, the players who need a breather, you can give them a little rest.
And how about the psychology of things? I mean, how does that work? Because at this stage of the season, you obviously don't want to let all your hard work, let it down at the last minute.
No, it is the period where the pressure is on, and experience, of course, helps to deal with that. And but it's important as well that you have positive vibes around the team, and that's what you want to take care of, a positive mentality around the team as well.
Looking ahead to Sunday's game at Goodison Park, you've spoken in press conference and so on about looking forward and also looking behind you. I guess Everton are the big danger, aren't they? Because they've 5 wins in a row.
They are, and of course it's always in your mind going to Everton. It's always a game where you need to perform and to be up for it, and that's what we'll try to do. Let's take care of our quality in our attitude, in our game, and that's the best way to deal with it.
You've played them twice already this season, 1-1 at the Emirates and then 4-1 obviously again at the Emirates as well, but even in those two games they've proven to be very hard to break down, a very difficult team, and they've been that way all season really.
Yes, it is like that, but as well it is like that in every Premier League game, you know. You can look at the results of everybody. You would think that is the case for every single team against everybody, and the brand of the Premier League is that every game is difficult.
The home record is particularly good as well. I think they've won 11 out of their 15 games and only lost once in that time, so they seem to be a very proactive side as well.
They have a history of playing for a long time together as well. They improved well the squad. They got McCarthy, they got Lukaku, you know, who is a huge strength for them as well. So, and they were already doing well every year, and that's why you're not surprised that they are where they are.
This will be the first away game since the Chelsea game, so is perhaps more caution needed at the start of the game?
No, I think the Chelsea game, you have to consider our away record as a whole, not at one game. You know, before the Chelsea game, we won away at Tottenham. We played 1-1 at Bayern Munich. So I don't know why you should just consider one big result like that as the mark of your team. That was an accident, and so let's continue to go just away from home and play like we play at home.
Roberto Martinez seems to have changed Everton very slightly in a sort of quiet but very sort of unstated way, but very efficient way as well. How much do you admire the work that he's done?
He has done well, but Everton has always done well. I think if you look at the results of Everton in the last 10 years, you will be surprised by their position in the league. You know, he played in the Champions League, Everton, before. So it has always been a difficult place to go there.
And perhaps the only thing that maybe that's stopping them from really pushing on at the moment is that they don't seem to be quite scoring enough goals. I know that you've mentioned Lukaku and so on, but perhaps they're not getting enough goals to back up all the rest of their good play.
Well, because everybody defends well in the Premier League, and that will be, of course, our target as well, to defend very well. The danger can come from right, from left, through the middle against them. So it's important. I hope that you're right. They don't score many goals, but you still think, if you look at the quality of their side, I think we'll have to turn up with a strong defensive performance.
And just lastly, really, Aaron Ramsey could be back in contention for this weekend. I mean, how important is that? Because he brings physicality, he brings energy, doesn't he?
He brings energy, he brings drive going forward, he brings presence in the box, you know, and I'm very happy that he's back. Let's not forget that Aaron Ramsey has been injured on the 26th of December, and that we are now in April, you know, 3rd of April. So that means, of course, he has been out for a long, long time, over 3 months, and we missed him.
Must be tough for him as well, because he's having such an outstanding season. Then to have it sort of interrupted that way must be very frustrating for him.
It has been certainly very tough for him as well, because he's a player who loves to play, a player who loves to be in the heart of a game, of a combat that you have in every single game, and but usually, you know, always the players, especially the young players, they mature during that period where they're out. So I expect not only Aaron to come back as strong as he was just before he was injured, but even stronger.